Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mount Juliet High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC Birthday Ball, commemorating the 250th anniversary of the founding of our Corps. Please silence your cell phones and rise as First Sergeant Mattingly delivers the Marine's prayer.
Let us pray. Almighty Father, whose command is over all, and whose love never fails, make me aware of thy presence and obedient to thy will. Keep me true to my best self, guarding me against dishonesty in purpose and deed, and help me to live so that I may face my fellow Marines, my loved ones, and thee without shame or fear. Protect our families and our cadets. Give me the will to do the work of a Marine and to accept my share of responsibilities with vigor and enthusiasm. Grant me the courage to be proficient in my daily performance. Keep me loyal and faithful to my superiors and to the duties my country and the Marine Corps has entrusted to me. Make me considerate of those committed to my leadership. Help me to wear my uniform with dignity, and let it remind me daily of the traditions which I must uphold. If I am inclined to doubt, steady my faith. If I am tempted, make me strong to resist. If I should miss the mark, give me courage to try again. Guide me with the light of truth and grant me wisdom by which I may understand the answer to my prayer. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Senior Marine Instructor for Mount Juliet Marine Corps Junior ROTC, Sergeant Major Clark.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As mentioned, my name is Sergeant Major Clark, and I'm currently serving as the Senior Marine Instructor here at Mount Juliet High School. First and foremost, I want to express my gratitude to each of you for joining us on this remarkable event tonight. We truly appreciate the time and effort involved in planning and organizing weekend activities for our JROTC program. A special thank you goes out to our parents, our guardians, for their hard work in ensuring that our cadets and our drill team members could practice and participate in numerous morning, evening, and weekend rehearsals, as well as for dedicating your Saturday to honor our proud Marine Corps JROTC history. I'd like to extend my personal thanks to our district school board members, principals, faculty, and administrators of Mount Juliet High School, along with our military veteran organizations, current military service members, and veterans. Furthermore, I want to recognize our family, our friends, our cadets, and a lot of our former cadets who are here with us this evening. Now, the Marine Corps is embarking on 250 years of service, but our JROTC program is also reaching a significant milestone as we proudly celebrate 30 years this school year. I'd like to take a very special moment to pay tribute to Major Dan Sullinger, Gunnery Sergeant Mike Gooden. These gentlemen founded our program 30 years ago in 1995. Additionally, I want to recognize our former Senior Marine Instructor, Major Alan Tilley. Without their invaluable contributions, our program would not have consistently earned recognition as a Naval Honor School program. First Sergeant Mattingly and I are honored to be in the presence of giants, and we sincerely hope that we are meeting your expectations and that we uphold the exceptional standards that you gentlemen have established. Please join me in a round of applause for these cornerstone JROTC instructors. This marks the first occasion, to my knowledge, that all past and present instructors have gathered in the same room together. If I'm being honest, this is a pretty cool moment for me, and I'm kind of geeking out right now. Finally, I want to acknowledge the tremendous effort that has gone into the ceremony that you're going to witness this evening, all orchestrated by our cadets. This evening's event has been entirely planned and coordinated by the young men and women of our JROTC program, specifically our cadet company staff and our drill team leadership. These dedicated young warriors have devoted months to preparing for this evening. Please join me in a round of applause for their hard work and their commitment. The ceremony that you will experience this evening is celebrated throughout the entire Marine Corps through the month of November. This year, we celebrate a milestone honoring the 250th birthday of our United States Marine Corps, which was born at Tun Tavern, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on November 10, 1775. With that, I'd like to thank you all for being here to celebrate 250 years of our military heritage. At this time, I'm going to turn the ceremony over to our cadets. Please enjoy your evening.
As you entered this banquet hall, you may have noticed that before us tonight stands an empty chair and a single lone table draped in black, signifying all of our fallen comrades who are not with us this evening, because they have given the full measure of devotion to our country and to our beloved Corps. The single lighted candle reminds us of the flame of eternal life and that the memory of our fallen comrades will be with us always. The Purple Heart Medal is displayed to reflect the shedding of blood and the ebb of life in battle. The identification tags are blank, yet they could bear the name of any of us here tonight. Only a few Americans choose the dangerous and necessary work of fighting our nation's enemies. As a consequence of that choice, some have paid the ultimate price, joining the honor roll of heroes who built the noble legacy of our Corps. For those of us who carry on that legacy, it is our obligation to honor those fallen Marines. As Marines gather in celebration of our history, we gather in the shadows of greatness. Though our fallen can no longer participate in our traditions, they will always be a part of us and who we are. Please rise for a moment of silence for our fallen comrades. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, a video message from the Commandant and Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps.
Since the birth of the Corps, we have answered the call. Through every battle, every climb, in every place. No matter the odds, no matter the obstacle. We adapt, we overcome, and close with and destroy the enemy. We know the future will not be the same, but the one thing we know will always remain is the Marine. For 250 years, we have formed ranks and held the line. And we will for the next 250.
The Marine Corps is a far-flung organization. Detachments of Marines are serving in every Navy yard, naval station, and guarding every naval activity everywhere in the world. I visited a great many of those places. Everywhere I heard expressions of goodwill towards the Marines. Everywhere I observed the friendly relations existing between the people and the Marines.
For 2.5 centuries, we have shouldered the responsibility of freedom on behalf of our nation. Every battle fought, and every sacrifice made has been etched into our legacy.
We're Marines. We always find a way to work things out. No matter what happens anywhere, we can make something happen that'll turn the tide of battle.
We are that adaptable to whatever the situation is. We trust our corporals with more responsibility, our lieutenants with more responsibility, our lieutenant colonels with more responsibility than any other branch of service, because we do more with less. There's no other branch that can do that.
it's by far the greatest institution still in my mind on the face of the planet. Because not everybody can be a Marine. You have to earn the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. And I think that's what attracts the type of people that the Marine Corps has.
Every Marine who has earned the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor bears a responsibility that stands the test of time to the Marines, past, present, and future.
We don't join the Marine Corps. We are the Marine Corps. Core of our being is that we're convinced we're the best fighting force in the world, and the truth is, we are.
I believe the immediate bond between Marines is so strong just because of the way we're trained. We have a very specific niche culture of, greatness, our heritage, our warrior ethos. I think all those things, separate us, and we find them in each other.
You may have a reason why you join, but there's a reason why you stay. You stay because of everything you're learning about how to be a warrior, how to maintain those warrior ethics, so that when that bomb goes off, you're ready to do your part.
As Marines, our warrior mindset is something that can never be defeated. For 250 years, the Marine Corps has been successful because that's the only option. Success is all we know.
The character of war has and will continue to change. We have adapted, evolved, and innovated, but our warrior spirit remains consistent.
The nature of war is taking something that somebody else has that you want, and it's never changed, probably never will change. The character of war, however, has changed a lot. World War II, we used ships, planes, bombs. All the way to today, we use, as you can tell by the news, we use ships, planes, bombs. We just have a lot better technology.
I don't know that one battlefield's ever been the same for any generation. The types of war, the ways of war, all that is constantly going to be changing. What's going to decide our next and our future wars is not going to be the technology, it's not going to be money, it's going to be the level of the belief of our people, of what they believe in, and the standards that they hold themselves to.
We are more lethal, more capable, and more ready than ever, while grounded in the traditions that made us who we are. We will not win the next fight on platforms alone. It is the Marine who will break the will of the enemy.
As Marines, I believe the most powerful aspect of our training and such an important part of who we are, holding on to that history that came before us. The Marine Corps is lethal because of our willingness and our eagerness to take the fight to the enemy in any climb or place and win those battles, sometimes at any cost.
Our history is not only a story of battles won, it is a story of people, of commitment, of family. An unbreakable bond that transcends ranks and lasts a lifetime.
I think the only way to honor them is to live a life that's worthy of their sacrifices. And the only way that you can do that is by going out and being the best that you can be, by going out and by still upholding those standards as a Marine, by celebrating them, by telling their stories and giving the next generation some legacy to live up to.
Cream rises to the top. And that's what we have in the Marine Corps today. The Marine Corps is the operational Marine Corps, but there's another aspect of the Marine Corps. It's the former Marines or former active duty who are out there in all walks of life. It's amazing when you think of it.
Being in service was a privilege. It was the best time of our lives, but it was a sacrifice. And your family is part of that sacrifice. And Marine wives or Marine spouses, they deserve a lot of credit as well. The kids being uprooted, moving, it's a sacrifice to serve our country.
Without the support of their loved ones and their immediate family, it's hard for them to complete their job. So again, it's so important for military families and Marine Corps families to understand that their role and the role that they play in supporting their loved one while serving is just as important.
For 250 years, we have proven there is no better friend and no worse enemy than a U.S. Marine.
For those people who wish evil upon the greater good, David Bellavia said it best, somebody else will raise your children.
To the enemies of our nation, don't get comfortable. Whether you're in the air, at sea, or on the ground. We adapt. We always have, and we always will.
If it comes down to one-on-one, mano a mano, and you turn us loose, I can promise you this, you're not going to survive.
From our first amphibious landing at Nassau, to the black sands of Iwo Jima, to urban combat in Fallujah, our Corps has come a long way since Samuel Nichols first took command of 2 battalions at Tun Tavern. Though weapons, platforms, and technology continue to evolve, our individual Marines' grit, discipline, resolve remain our decisive advantage.
For 2.5 centuries, Marines have preserved our legacy as America's premier expeditionary force, because we are forward, ready, and lethal. From the moment a Marine earns their Eagle Globe and Anchor, they inherit a rich tradition of honor, courage, and commitment, a legacy that is etched on our souls forever. Our history is one of winning our nation's battle, and make no mistake, we will be called to fight again. We will be ready, and we will win.
Since our foundation, we have fought in every climb and place, upholding our oath and preserving who we are, the few and the proud. But we cannot break stride. We must continue to train for the next fight, because victory will go to those who seize the initiative, impose their will, and never yield. The pursuit of excellence in the profession of arms is our heritage, forged by an unbreakable fighting spirit. The memorial behind us stands as a testament to that fact. We stand on the shoulders of the giants that came before us. We must not fail them. The challenge is on all of us every day to uphold the standard that the title Marine demands. Happy 250th birthday, Marines. Semper Fidelis.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entry of the official party and the guest of honor, and remain standing for the march on of the colors, the playing of our national anthem, and the entry of the traditional birthday cake. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. On November 1st, 1921, John A. Lejeune, 13th Commandant of the Marine Corps, directed that a reminder of the honorable service of the Corps be published by every command to all Marines throughout the globe on the birthday of the Corps. Since that day, the men and women of our Corps have continued to distinguish themselves on many battlefields and foreign shores, in war and peace. On this birthday of the Corps, therefore, in recognition of the will of the 13th Commandant, a reminder of the Corps' honorable service is published as follows.
On November 10, 1775, a Corps of Marines was created by a resolution of Continental Congress. Since that date, many thousands of men have borne the name Marine. In memory of them, it is fitting that we who are Marines should commemorate the birthday of our Corps by calling to mind the glories of its long and illustrious history. The record of our Corps is one which will bear comparison with that of the most famous military organizations in the world's history. During 90 of the first 146 years of its existence, the Marine Corps has been in action against the nation's foes. From the Battle of Trenton to the Argonne, Marines have won foremost honors in war. In the long eras of tranquility at home, generation after generation of Marines have grown gray in war in both hemispheres and in every corner of the 7 seas, that our country and its citizens might enjoy peace and security. In every battle and skirmish since the birth of our Corps, Marines have acquitted themselves with the greatest distinction, winning new honors on each occasion until the term Marine has come to signify all that is highest in military efficiency and soldierly virtue. This high name of distinction and soldierly repute we who are Marines today have received from those who have preceded us in the Corps. With it, we have also received from them the eternal spirit, which has animated our Corps from generation to generation and has been the distinguishing mark of the Marines in every age. So long as that spirit continues to flourish, Marines will be found equal to every emergency in the future, as they have been in the past. And the men of our nation will regard us as worthy successors to the long line of illustrious men who have served as soldiers of the sea since the founding of the Corps.
The timeless message of our 13th Commandant has left its mark in the hearts and minds of all Marines, past and present. By deed and act, from Belleau Wood to the Argonne, from Guadalcanal to Iwo Jima, from Incheon to the Korean Armistice, from the hard fights in Vietnam to Desert Shield, Desert Storm, to this century's longest wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, and in hundreds of other places where Marines have distinguished themselves, Marines have continued to epitomize those qualities, which are their legacy. The success which the men and women who have earned the title Marine have achieved in combat and the faith they have borne in peace will endure forever. The Commandant and our many friends have added their hearty praise and congratulations on this, our 250th birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, it is customary at Marine Corps birthday celebrations worldwide for Marines to cut a traditional cake in celebration of the birth of our illustrious Corps. It is tradition to offer the first piece of cake to the guest of honor as a sign of respect and to recognize their contribution to our junior ROTC program and to the Marine Corps. The next piece is given to the oldest and youngest cadet in the ceremony, symbolizing the experience and the youthful spirit that is the hallmark of our Corps. The oldest cadet in the ceremony is Cadet 2nd Lieutenant Drashti Trivedi. She was born on July 8, 2007. The passing of the cake from the oldest cadet to the youngest cadet symbolizes the passing of history and traditions to the next generation. The youngest cadet in the ceremony is Cadet Private First Class Ethan Hunt. He was born on May 17, 2011. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the retiring of the colors and the march off of the official party, and remain standing for the playing of the Marines' hymn. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the commanding officer of Mount Juliet High School, Marine Corps Junior ROTC, Cadet Captain John Courtney.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Cadet Captain Courtney, and I serve as this year's Cadet Company Commander. As we're here tonight to celebrate the Marine Corps' 250th birthday, I'd like to express my gratitude and appreciation to our first responders, military service members, Wilson County School Board members, and Mount Juliet High School staff. Thank you for all that you do for our beloved program. The 250th birthday isn't just another birthday. It's a major milestone. At 2.5 centuries old, the Corps is still the best fighting force in America has to offer. The Marine Corps continues to provide each of us the protection from all enemies, foreign and domestic, as they serve as America's 911 force and are always on the job. Their purpose is found in the collective fight, winning on behalf of our nation, its progress, and its ideals. As stated in the Marines hymn, you will always find us on the job. This is an accurate example of how Marines are always ready for whatever challenges lies ahead. The Marine Corps also provides ways for us to become better citizens by giving choice schools the opportunity to offer JROTC programs that grow and instill camaraderie, sense of service, patriotism, and leadership in all cadets willing to put in the work to become a part of something bigger and better than themselves. The Marine Corps is more than just another military branch. It's a brotherhood. We are so grateful to be a part of a Marine Corps Junior ROTC program and to have all the opportunities to be a part of this amazing legacy. I would like to thank all guests in attendance tonight. Without your support, our program would not be where it is today. I'd like to extend my gratitude to Sergeant Major Clark and First Sergeant Mattingly for all your guidance and for pushing us to always strive for excellence. Without you gentlemen, we would all still be stuck trying to figure out what's left and what's right. Thank you for showing up each day and pouring yourselves into this program. Your hard work and dedication to the program and to every cadet shows us how much you deeply care about us and making us better for us than the day before. Thank you, gentlemen. To our incredible principals and staff here at Mount Juliet High School, thank you for all you do and for supporting our program. We couldn't be as successful without you. Now I'd like to thank our lower classmen. You have all started to figure out high school, and most importantly, JROTC. I'd like to express my gratitude to all of you for your hard work and dedication. You all have all made our program better by giving us the opportunity to develop great leaders at a young age. As we wind down this first semester, please do not take your foot off the gas and keep going 110%. To our cadet staff, thank you so much for helping our program be so successful. You all have shown so much hard work and dedication to our beloved program. Please maintain all of that great work and enthusiasm to continue making this year excellent. Seniors, as we check off another milestone in our senior year, and as high school students, I would like to remind all of you that we have persevered through many challenges and use these experiences to further better yourselves and to further better others. So all of our Cadet Corps, continue to have enthusiasm and perseverance toward everything you do. And remember, we have overcome many things together, and let's continue to do so. Happy 250th birthday, Marines. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce our guest of honor, Cadence Perry. She served 4 years in the Marine Corps Junior ROTC program here at Mount Juliet High School. She graduated in 2022. She served on the marksmanship team, the physical training team, and the drill team. She served in several billets during her time in the program, including Cadet Company Gunnery Sergeant, and in her senior year, she served as the Cadet Company Commander. She's a senior at Trevecca Nazarene University, majoring in music and worship arts with a minor in spiritual formation and theology. Recently, she interned at Providence Church and participates in various local groups, including gospel choirs and a cappella ensembles. She received classical vocal training and has performed in multiple languages. In her freshman year, she formed a Christian heavy metal band, Final Atonement, which opened a campus music festival in 2023. After graduation, she aims to become a worship pastor at a local church, focusing and developing a philosophy of worship and promoting critical thinking, safety, care, and empathy for vulnerable individuals in the community. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for our guest of honor, Cadence Perry.
Good evening, dear friends. As was just said, my name is Cadence Perry, and I'm so grateful to be here. Cadets and instructors, you've put on an outstanding ceremony and offered so much hospitality to my family over the years. It's good to be home. Bear pride. I must admit, though, I was kind of surprised when I received the invitation to be the guest of honor. I mean, I've been to a lot of birthday ball ceremonies, and most of the people who end up at this podium have served in the military, started small businesses, or done some other awesome thing. Me, though, I'm a 21-year-old kid who hasn't even graduated college yet. Now, you got to hear about a few of the things I'm doing as I pursue my degree, and that's cool and all, but I feel like I haven't really done anything with my life yet. And now, I'm starting to wonder if I even can. Okay, now we're getting to the part I'm sure you've all been wondering about. Why is a healthy-looking 21-year-old using a cane? Now, you're more than welcome to ask questions after the ceremony, but basically, I have 2 invisible disabilities that cause chronic pain and fatigue, and my cane helps me manage my symptoms. I think my cane is pretty cool. I mean, how many super cool redheads do you see walking around with a sparkly stick and some sick tattoos? I think it's a great touch. Outside of it, though, I don't look disabled, but I am. And being disabled, simply put, makes me unable to do things to the same level as an able-bodied person, so I'm much less productive than I used to be, which is quite a hit to my pride. Throughout my time in JROTC, I was rewarded for my productivity, diligence, and self-discipline. I earned countless opportunities and accolades. I was praised and respected, and I finally found a community. And soon, to my teenage mind, productivity became my identity. But now, I have energy-limiting conditions, and I feel like I've lost that identity. My brain can still keep up, but my body can't. I often wonder, can I ever become who everyone thought I'd be by now? And if I'm struggling now, before I've even started my big girl job, what's adult life going to look like? It's a bunch of big questions with no clear answers, but I'm not completely hopeless. See, I've learned a lot about leadership from JROTC as well as from my musical training, but it's been my theology classes that have helped me develop my idea of leadership into something deeper. In fact, I only recently came to understand something really important that I want to pass on to you now. Leadership is not about being entirely self-reliant. It's about teamwork and community. After all, you can't lead people if there aren't other people. When we're learning to be independent, we can get so used to practicing self-sufficiency that we forget about interdependence, relationality, but that's what makes us fully human. I had to learn that the hard way. Going from the girl whose speed walk made the bean poles and Sasquatches run to keep up, to someone whose joints buckle if she gets too tired was frustrating. Sometimes, my partner literally has to help me walk when I can't do it myself. Again, another hit to my pride, although maybe I don't mind that one as much. Becoming physically disabled in the prime of my life was not my plan, but it's not the end of the world either. Now, I'm not trying to scare you or bum you out here, friends, but hey, life happens. You can receive physical or mental trauma in combat, burnout in school, accidents, mental health crises, cancer, loss of a job, a home, or a loved one. And even if nothing tragic happens to you, sometimes things just don't work out the way you want. Now, there will be plenty to grieve over the course of your life, but there's also plenty to celebrate. I know that I grieve who I thought I'd be sometimes, but that doesn't mean that who I am now isn't good too. So no matter where you are in your life, my advice to you remains the same. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Lean on your community. Teach the people you lead to be kind and empathetic helpers, and set the example for them by accepting help when you need it. Try not to move so fast that you leave yourself behind, and for the love of all that is holy, go to sleep at a reasonable hour. Life feels much less awful that way. Remember my ancient 21-year-old wisdom. Whether you're a freshman trying to figure out tight sleeves and rank placement, a senior puzzling out what to do after you graduate, or a real live grown-up who's had a career for more than twice as long as some of us have been alive. No matter what stage of life you're in, your value doesn't come from what you can do or how fast you do it. Your worth has nothing to do with what you can produce and everything to do with who you are. Because you are a human being, you matter. That's it. Before you could ever be considered a productive member of society, you mattered. And you always deserve love. You can't earn love, not because you're not good enough to do whatever it might take to earn it, but because that's not how love works in the first place. Deep, real love and compassion are freely given. We are to love our neighbors simply because they are there. We are to treat people kindly regardless of their ability to repay us. And so, beloved people, I invite you to remember grace. Grace for yourself when you can't live up to expectations, and grace for others when they slow you down or maybe need an extra little bit of help. We're all one big family, and tonight at the ball, we're all one Corps. Remember your brothers and sisters, and remember love. Thank you, and happy birthday to the Marine Corps family. Love you.
As a small token of our appreciation, we would like to present the guest of honor with a gift from the cadets of our Marine Corps Junior ROTC program. We would also like to recognize our Wilson County faculty members, our Mount Juliet High School faculty members, local law enforcement, first responders, military recruiters, and veterans. Thank you for attending this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as our cadets sing the Marines hymn.
From the halls of
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, First Sergeant Mattingly will deliver our closing remarks.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our formal ceremony. We encourage all cadets and families to remain on hand, to socialize, to dance, to enjoy each other's company, to build camaraderie, and establish esprit de corps. Thank you again to our honored guests and program founders, Major Dan Solinger and Gunnery Sergeant Mike Gooden, as well as Major Alan Tilley, for your continued dedication and contribution to the program, as well as Principal Hill for leading our entire school and administration to new heights each year. On behalf of all of us, thank you, gentlemen. We will take a short 15-minute break to celebrate with birthday cake and drinks served at the back of the ballroom. Afterward, all cadets will report to the dance floor for dancing and camaraderie. Thank you for being a part of this very special evening. May God bless the United States of America and success to our Marines. Happy 250th birthday, cadets!